So we got our glass inside of our shower, so we're going to be getting set up to actually measure and get everything set up for the top rail. But the first thing you want to do is pay attention to how level your existing floor is. If you have a shower base, same scenario. You want to make sure that it's level or be able to know whether it's level or not. Right now, we're 100% level, so I don't really have anything to really think about. But you want to pay attention to the fixed side of your glass. If you're low, say if I'm high here on my shower door side and I'm low on my panel side, you're going to want to shim up the fixed piece of glass because the top rail is dictating how high the door is actually going to sit. So if you're low on this side, you're going to want to raise that panel just slightly by shimming it. So these little glass shims will help put it inside of the U channel to raise that glass. Now this is all within reason. I mean, if you're an 1/8 inch off, you really don't have anything to worry about. Your door will be able to come that. But if you're like a 1/4 inch out, you're definitely going to want to raise that lower side. But the fixed panel is the important aspect to pay attention to. The shower door is going to sit off the floor and you shouldn't have problems just as long as the fixed panel is set up high enough. So we're pretty good here when it comes to that. Now as far as the height of this, it's 72 3/8. That's roughly, now we're not going to worry about necessarily getting a level line. We're going to actually attach it to our fixed panel and then mark where that has to be. But just referencing this right about here, just see what the width of this is. So we got 46 1/8. So we're going to take 5/8 inch off of our bar. Where's my bar go? So this bar, it's gonna, I think it should be 48 inches. It might be longer than that. Yeah, 48 inches is gonna be your widest opening. But we wanna cut this down. So whatever this width is, minus 5/8. So we had 46 1/8. So we're gonna need 45 1/2 inch cut on this bar. We need to cut, you wanna cut the door side of this transition. So this is where the fixed panel is going to be attached to. So you want to cut the opposite end. So we need to make this 45 1/2, 5/8 inch less. So that's what we're going to be cutting off. Okay, so we'll get this back on here.
Oh, congratulations, you hit 91,000 on YouTube, I saw.
Over here. Okay. So this is the fixed panel, and I'll just pay attention because they could actually have an engraving of Vigo on here, so you want to make sure that you can read that. But this is actually really simple because it has a top rail system that this will mount to, but in order to indicate where this needs to be, you just simply mount this to the glass and then mark your areas. So it really takes the measuring and anything out of the work at it, but this is a transition strip that seals it against the wall. So you can put this on the edge of your fixed piece of glass. So then there's 2 different anchor points. So this is going to be basically your threshold that holds the shower door into place, and this is your another U clamp that you put at the edge of your shower. So we're going to put this on the floor. This is what we're going to slide it into. And I should mention the side with the clear plastic. The side with the clear plastic on it is the side that goes on the fixed panel. And this side with the beveled edge is going to have the part that the door slides in and out of. So you basically just want to put those clamps on here. And then you can pretty much kind of highlight exactly where you want to put this, whatever kind of looks good within your towel layer. So we're just going to leave about 1 inch in a reveal. Now my transition to my shower was essentially 35 inches out to the end, so we'll double check, but I have a lot of slope on my shower floor, so I'm not concerned about where I actually place this. A fun task here. But we're going to get our bar on here so then we can indicate where we need to have the top header. Okay, so we want to make sure that this top header is level. So again, we have basically a 35-inch transition to the edge of my shower. That's kind of where I wanted to break it on. So just make sure that that fixed panel is basically on that center line. So I think that's going to look good. We've got about an inch of reveal on the outside of this. Let's make sure it just stays level. Yeah, so we have the 1 inch reveal here. It's all nice and even. We're level this way. So we can go ahead and mark our top header here. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna just shim this up so this stays in one place here. Okay, so this guy here, this is for your door guide, okay? Now it does come with a channel that if you wanted to basically have a water break here to keep any water from preventing getting underneath of the door, they do make this little threshold that goes over top. So if you were to use this, then you want to have this door slide halfway along this fixed panel. But I'm not going to do that. I don't really particularly need it in this situation. We've got plenty of slope coming into the shower, and I just think it's going to look better to have it without any type of transition. But I do always recommend getting doors with thresholds like this, just in case you have a client that is a little bit particular about any water getting outside of the shower. This will definitely ensure it. It just takes away some of that actual curbless feel to it. I would say this is pretty important maybe on like a regular acrylic base of some sort, because acrylic bases don't have a lot of slope on the top curb section. So this is going to really help keep that in. But in this scenario, everything's waterproof all the way throughout. Everything's pitching. I mean, even outside of the shower, I'm pitching in this way. So even if any water got underneath of here, it's really not going to be a big deal. But some clients are very particular. So it is a good idea to get a door that has this ability. But in this scenario, I'm just going to take this and put this straight against the edge of the glass, because I don't want to have it coming outside of it. We're not going to be using it. All right, so let me make sure. So this fixed panel is basically right on that transition, 35 inches. Let's just double check what it looks like over here. Yep, 35 inches. So now we can just mark our holes for our door threshold. And then we're going to mark this guy here so we know exactly where we need to drill in for our U channel there. So these are the 4 holes that we're going to have to drill, and then those will be anchored in as well. That should work.